All right, and welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And I wanted to bring something up before we get started here. As I'm sitting at the house and I'm sitting in the Cadillac, I wanted to thank everyone who has subscribed, everyone who's been watching, and everyone who supports the channel and what I'm doing here, because we are almost at 500 subscribers, and that right there, seriously, that is like a huge thing for me. I didn't even realize it because I wasn't paying attention to numbers until YouTube had actually sent me something in my email and said, hey, this is where you're at, this is your analytics, and this is how far you are away from your next goal. I was like, whoa, well, that's super cool and everything. And I just wanted to thank everyone for watching and subscribing and hitting the like button and all that stuff. Now, in today's video, what the whole idea here is that I got an email from Self Incorporated, and it was about my Self Visa account, and it said, congratulations, you have officially been with Self Visa for 1 year today. And I got that email yesterday, and I was like, wow, it's already been a year. I can't even believe that. But then I really started thinking about what has happened over that past year since I started using the Self Visa card. And I wanted to share a little bit of that, just so that way everyone could kind of understand and see just how quickly you can move up the ladder and repair your credit if you just give it a little bit of time and a little bit of dedication. And that's really what this is about. And a little over a year and a half ago, I found Self before they were self-incorporated. They were self-lender when I found them, and now they are self-incorporated. And I signed up for the original Self account, like I said, just a little over a year and a half ago. And at the halfway mark into my first Self account, I received the offer for the Self Visa, which puts me at 1 year today, or 1 year yesterday, on the Self account. But in that a little over 1.5 year time period that I have been with Self and Self Visa, I started out with a credit score of 411, and that was just absolutely horrible. I mean, and a lot of people that are searching up credit repair or how to fix their credit, anything to that extent, you know, you may not be as bad off as I was, or you maybe you're a little bit further down. And while that is a problem, I don't think people really understand that if you do take this Self account and take it seriously, just how quickly you can climb. Because since the beginning with Self and then into the Self Visa account, like I said, I started with a 411 on my credit score, and that was absolutely pitiful because I used to have a nearly perfect score, and it just fell off because of either bad decisions, and really, honestly, it's just bad decisions. It doesn't matter what or how, it's just bad decision making. And to date, right now, I checked my credit score, excuse me, I checked my credit score actually the day before. So the day before Self had sent me that email. It says, congratulations, it's been 1 year. And my credit score 1 day prior to that was at a 645. And I honestly, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say to that. Where did it start? It started with Self. Was it all Self? No, it was not all Self. But the opportunities that arose from using the Self account as the basis, as the starting point to get the ball rolling, it all comes right back to Self. And having that 645, like, honestly, I'm just like, I'm in shock that it's even where it is in a year and a half. And I've just been steady plugging away at it. And from the start of Self, and I'm using the Cadillac as a point in this video. When I started with Self, I had the 411, couldn't get a credit card, couldn't get a loan. I couldn't even get anyone to consider looking at me for loaning money. I was trying to buy my own truck, as you can see in the back there. You can see the semi parked out back. And I mean, I just couldn't get anyone to talk to me. Shoot, some of even my own family wouldn't even consider loaning me money. And it wasn't because I was bad with money. It was just I made some bad choices that had beat my credit up. And you know, I had a house go back to the bank back in 2000 and when it was like 2008, 2009, when all those bad mortgages were written up and everything. But you know, again, it started with the self. And once my credit started climbing, it took about 45 days, if I remember correctly, with self. And I made a video about it, that my score had jumped up. It was already up like 20, 30, 40 points within the first 30 to 45 days. And after that, and making my payments on time, I kept getting, you know, like between 5 and 10, maybe 5 and 15 point increases every single month with self, just by making my on-time payments. And then the magic started happening when I received my self Visa card, and I just kept pushing it and kept pushing it, keep my credit utilization down at 30 or below. Now granted, it didn't happen perfect all the time, which is another good thing. I mean, you want to stay as close to perfect as you can when you're rebuilding your credit, but there was times where like I wasn't paying attention. I don't want to say I didn't pay my bill on time, because I paid my bill on time, but I had my credit utilization over where it needed to be just because I wasn't paying attention. But the more that I focused on it and using the alerts through the app and through the emails that self sends you, and they help keep you up on these things. It's like having a big brother or a parent or something in your corner that's like, hey, don't forget your payment's coming up on this date, or hey, your credit utilization is a little bit high, you might want to take a look at that and pay it down. And you know, sending those alerts, that really helps a lot. But then moving on from that, the self card or the self account, and then getting the self Visa card, it just started snowballing after that. And once it started catching speed, I started getting offers for different credit cards and different little small loans and everything, and one thing after another starts multiplying. And I will admit that, you know, I did take up offers on 7 different credit cards, and I saw what they are, and they're rather low limit credit cards. But at the same time, you have to start somewhere. It's not the amount of money per se that's going to help you. Granted, yes, that will at some point help you having a larger credit line, because that'll be viewed as well. But getting the ball rolling and taking a couple small low limit credit cards, you know, like $300, $400, $500, something like that, and using that to your advantage and keeping your credit utilization down, which is what I did. I'd still spend on them, but I would keep them down at 30% or lower, and constantly keep them using at least 1% every single month. So that way it would show usage. And every single time, you know, through my Experian Boost is another thing that I threw on there and started using, and they would help me monitor it. And I'd keep that credit utilization down, and it would tell me, hey, you did this, good for you, boom, you just got like another 8 points on your FICO or something to that effect. And I just watched that score grow and grow and grow. And then the Cadillac comes into play, which I'm super proud of this car. And I honestly went to go buy a Kia, and they're like, no, you can't, you won't, the bank won't do it because you won't have enough equity in the car or whatever by time it comes to maturity. And so you can't get a Kia because you'll be upside down on it almost immediately. So you have to get something that's got a little bit more value. It's going to hold value a little bit longer. So I ended up getting this Cadillac, and it's not new, but it's new to me, and I'm super proud of it because, I mean, I never honestly expected to own a Cadillac. I've never really even been interested in the Cadillac. I mean, they look cool, but I'm just not a Cadillac person. And then the salesman threw it at me, and my kids were with me, and he's like, just take it for a test drive. And we got in it, and the kids immediately were just like, Dad, is this leather? Like, yeah, it's leather, man. It's not that big of a deal. And then we flew down the road in it once, and they're like, Dad, just don't even argue with this salesman. Just get the Cadillac. It's awesome. And I mean, this thing came fully loaded. But again, had I not started, you know, the attempt to repair my credit and finding the self lender, which is now self incorporated. If I had not found them and attempted using them, I would not have this car. My credit would not be up over 235, 240 points, something to that effect, in a matter of a year and a half is where that started with them. And I am, number one, I'm proud of myself, like, for sure, and staying dedicated to this transformation, because this is only going to set me and my family up for better things down the road. And we're actually looking at purchasing a second semi truck, because I have a couple of drivers that I know that are kind of looking to do the same thing that I did in a lease to own, which is almost up for me on that. And I'm trying to just pass on the goods, man. Like, help somebody else that may be in a spot that I started at, and just show them what I did and how I did it. You don't have to do the same steps as me. It's not a one-size-fits-all program. Everyone is going to have their own little things that they have to take care of and manage on their own. You may have different items on your credit report that you need to pay down. There was a couple on there that were really beating me up that I looked at them, and it costed me like $3,500, and I just went in and said, bang, I'm cleaning this up. And that was in conjunction with the other credit cards that I've gotten. And actually, I got most of those credit cards after I had paid that down. But, just starting with the self lender account, self-incorporated account, and then jumping up to the self Visa, and then getting the incremental increases through the self Visa. Right now, I think mine, it starts out at $200, I believe, for everyone is how that starts. I've heard some people get $100, but they base it off of, it looks like, income and your consistency on your account. So just stick with it. If your limit is low right now, don't worry about it. You can grow that up. I had mine started out at $200, and I've been doing incremental increases. I think mine is at a 525 right now, which I've made other videos about. And as of right now, that is where I'm sitting at. The last video I think I did was at like $425, I think is what my self Visa card was at. But they do awesome things and give you the ability to grow and stay within your means, at least as far as what they can help you with. But to make a long story short, is that if you are in a position in your credit situation in your life where you need some help, and you need someone to not ask too many questions and just give you a hand up, not a hand out, a hand up, and help you get to the next level, the self-incorporated account, which will then lead to the self Visa, is an absolutely amazing way to start. I cannot thank them enough for what they have helped me do and where I am now, because without them, I guarantee you I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, because I just couldn't find anyone. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are probably watching this that couldn't find anyone to even give them a chance. And once self gave me that chance again, and I know it may sound like I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's just the fact of the matter, is that once self gave me that chance and let me show that, it was just bad stuff that had happened or bad decisions in the past, but I had changed all of that and wanted to make everything work out for the future. Once you do that, and that's what the whole account is about, showing that you have progress, that you're making changes and everything, and rebuilding. And honestly, I mean, it is what it is at this point. I'm just so thrilled, and I'm thankful for everyone that did sign up through my link, which I will put down below, at which point I will end up catching a $10 kickback from them. It's no expense to you. It's something that they say thank you for me referring people, and I encourage you to do the same thing. When you get your account, you take your link, give it to a friend or a family member or somebody that may be needing help in a similar situation. But I do thank everyone who signed up through my referral link, and I wish you the best on your journey. And share your results down below if you want. You don't have to. It's kind of personal information. I get it. You don't have to do that. But if you've had a good experience with self and or have signed up through my link or just know anything about it outside of that, I definitely encourage you to get down here and share your stories with people, so that way it can, it can show that there is a bigger group of us out there that are, legitimately trying to make a difference and a change in our credit life, credit relationship, and give people that encouragement to, go for it, do it, start now. And in a year and a half, who knows, you could end up having an 800 or something like that and totally turn everything around. But like I said, I had gotten that email from Self Visa, and I was kind of taken back by the fact that I didn't realize it had already been a year that I had the card, which means I'd been with them for just a hair over a year and a half. And I'm just, again, taken back, just blown away with, I got this beautiful car. I've got multiple credit cards, which you can look at that in any way that you want. I keep them paid down, which is building my credit. And then I have that extra cash, extra credit at my disposal whenever I need it. And, I just can't be thankful enough for finding this Self account when I did, and building on it and building on it and building on it and remaining responsible in that building, because this has just honestly truly made things a lot better, a lot easier to stomach, and offering me new opportunities. So again, I highly recommend this. Everyone's going to make their own decision as far as what they're going to want to do, but Self took me from a 411 to current day at a 645, maybe a touch above a 645. And quite honestly, I couldn't be happier with the results, because I didn't even expect this much to happen in this short of a period of time. And I mean, I don't know what else to say without repeating myself any more than I already have. But thank you everyone who has subscribed and liked and commented and signed up through my referral link. And best of luck to you on your journey with Self, if you sign up or are already signed up, and just recommend it to other people. Thank you for the growth of the channel that I've got right here. Like I said, almost at 500 subscribers, and that's really about it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good luck with everything, and have a wonderful day.